Tesla's Autopilot fix didn't work.
First, we should mention that Tesla's Autopilot, despite the name, is not an autopilot. These demos of this software, where like, you know, someone will be driving around with it, and within 5 minutes, they will have had to take the wheel like 2 or 3 times to avoid an accident. I think they could do one thing that would turn the company around.
Facebook's weird AI images are now infesting LinkedIn.
Look, if Shrimp Jesus needs a job, you know, why shouldn't he be allowed on LinkedIn?
I think people like them. I think that's why they're going viral.
I also think that like most of the comments on them are also bots.
Cory Doctorow calls the enshittification of the internet.
Hello, how the tech are you? This is our weekly tech show on Echoplex Media. We talk about tech news, science news, whatever tech and science stuff we want to talk about. I am historian Matt. I am a co-producer and co-host on this show, and my co-hosts will introduce themselves in their section, probably in other videos. But otherwise, I think we can jump right into some stories. So I got 2 stories. The first one, and these are both of my stories, are actually callbacks from or follow-ups from previous stories, previous shows that we got more information about. But the first one is Tesla's Autopilot fix didn't work. And basically the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, says a fix that Tesla sent out, hold on here, over 2 million cars last December, to fix the safety issue and with Autopilot did not actually make Autopilot any safer. Basically, this came up because NHTSA was investigating a series of incidents where Teslas with Autopilot engaged ran into parked emergency responder vehicles. Presumably, these responder vehicles were on the side of the road responding to some accident. And Tesla was basically forced to recall 2 million vehicles for inadequate driver monitoring systems. And we say recall, but what we really mean is they just pushed the software update to hopefully fix it. But basically that didn't work. So what I have, or to summarize, people using Autopilot were not paying attention. Tesla supposedly have driver monitoring that would force a driver to pay attention, but it's not good enough, according to the NHTSA. And the fix that Tesla pushed out last December didn't actually make it any harder for drivers to basically stop paying attention. So the fix didn't work. What do you guys think?
So first we should mention that Tesla's Autopilot, despite the name, is not an autopilot feature.
Correct.
Yeah, more like
self-driving.
Fraudopilot.
Yeah.
I've been saving that one. I've been saving that one.
Yeah, it is not full self-driving. So, like, I mean, clearly, since they're supposed to have the driver paying attention the whole time. So, you know, it feels to me like this all comes down to how Tesla markets that feature, mainly in like how it's named. Like, it shouldn't be called Autopilot. It should be called Driver Assist.
I personally think that, there's definitely a marketing problem, but there's a fundamental flaw with the technology. So Autopilot is what other companies call basically advanced cruise control or lane keeping or something like that, where it's basically a cruise control where you don't really, you have to have your hands on the wheel, but you're not steering really. It's steering itself for the most part, keeping it within the lanes, keeping the same speed, and will keep distance from other cars. And it's supposed to be able to handle emergency situations, but obviously is not really doing that. What I think the fundamental flaw with this technology is basically if the driver is not steering and they're not working the pedals, they're really not involved in driving. And so it's very easy for them to stop paying attention. That's where this other software is supposed to show up that will buzz a sound or something to try and get the driver's attention so they'll go back to paying attention or something like that. Different manufacturers have different ways of doing that. I don't know specifically what Tesla's is, but apparently it's not really working. With Tesla, there's the NHTSA said that they're very lenient about drivers paying attention, and there's enough like ways of basically defeating that device that it's really not working. That was like the big complaint there.
Also, my understanding is that other cars used more different kinds of sensors, whereas at least the new Teslas just optical only. And I believe
Oh,
that
you mean sensors for tracking what's going on outside the car?
Other cars have like LiDAR and other sorts of sensors in addition to the cameras. And if I'm not mistaken, when asked about this, Elon said, "Well, I mean, you use your eyes to drive," and that was not the
I wouldn't be surprised.
not the best response ever.
Well, that's not the
You do
response.
use
I
your
heard,
eyes to
but-
drive, but you're a human. Like humans are better drivers than current self-driving software. Not saying self-driving software is never going to be better than humans, but it isn't right now. Especially when you look at like these demos of this software, where like someone will be driving around with it, and within 5 minutes they will have had to take the wheel like 2 or 3 times to avoid an accident.
Yeah.
If they're driving in like a city. If they're driving on a highway, I think they does better. But if you're driving in a city, the videos that I've seen of people using Tesla's software in particular, like they have to take control a lot.
I just think it should be illegal to call it autopilot. That's it. It gives people a false impression, and I don't know. I'm not sure this. I don't know. I'm not sure this company is. I'm getting the not long for this world feeling about this company now with all the things going on.
I don't know. They seem pretty solid.
I think they could do one thing that would turn the company around. Fire Elon.
Yeah.
Like kick him out of the company.
Well, it would take a while after that to undo all the fucking crazy too, right? Like,
yeah, but his being on the company and the things that he pushes for drag the company down and give it a bad name.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good company filled with a lot of great engineers. So I hate to see them, putting in all this effort only to have it sabotaged by Elon coming out and, false advertising and pushing super weird designs that it seems like he's the only one that wants.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, you'd mentioned a lot of good engineers. I can't imagine that it's easy for them to keep their top talent at this point, because it's like, even if they're able to offer them a proper, compensation package or whatever, some of these people are, have career ambitions and may not want to be tied to this weird company run by this crazy person for much more of their career. I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine being excited about going to work for this company at this point.
Yeah.
There are other companies doing a lot of good stuff in electric cars, like, Ford's hiring up, Mazda, like there's Toyota's hiring up in this, not just in Japan, but in the United States. Like there are other companies that, people have said the Prius was ugly, but I mean, really the Cybertruck ugly.
Yeah. It is.
And, I think Tesla's probably going to start having some real fucking problems. Like as soon as you see a fully electric Toyota Camry, I think Tesla's mid-sized sedan you're just going to see them. They take a huge hit in sales just because of the reputation of the Toyota Camry and just the fact that it's been such a good car for such a long time.
Yeah, that's another one of Elon's promises that he's been making forever that he's never been able to fulfill is, a cheaper EV.
I think the only thing that's kind of saving them right now is Toyota and pretty much all the Japanese car companies have been really focused on hydrogen power cars for some reason. And they've got like a couple electric cars. Nissan was like way ahead of everybody and then just dropped the ball. They should be doing really well, but with their Leaf, but kind of dropped the ball. So we'll see what happens if the Japanese figure it out and switch over. I can't remember why, but there has something to do with Japan has a lot of hydrogen resources. I don't know exactly why. And that's why they're very focused on it, because in Japan, that would be a great source of power.
Right.
But not very many other places.
The other thing that's coming that I don't think that it's nearly impossible, if not impossible, to get them in the U.S., but there's a lot of Chinese companies, including Xiaomi, I think, making what appear to be pretty cool electric cars that are pretty affordable. Now, we don't know, right? Because we don't get them, but that's coming too. And I just can't imagine, if these are good products that are affordable, I can't imagine them not being for sale here in the, even just like the medium term or whatever.
So I've been following it. There's the big Chinese company, electric car company, is BYD, which supposedly stands for Build Your Dream, although people think that's a backronym kind of thing. But they're like, I think they sell more electric cars than Tesla, but there's kind of some iffiness on the how it's counted, because I think they also sell hybrid cars, and sometimes those are counted as electric when they're really not. They're not fully electric, but they sell really well in China. They're starting to sell them in Europe, and people seem to like them. Don't know if they're ever going to be sold in the United States. Will have to make some changes for like safety reasons, but will lawmakers allow Chinese cars in the United States? I don't know, even if they are good cars.
If people start hearing about their family or whatever in the United Kingdom or somewhere that bought this really great electric car for like the equivalent of $24,000 or whatever, people are just going to start demanding it, and it's going to be pretty hard actually to justify not allowing them to be sold here, I think.
Yeah. True.
I would just throw out that 24,000 number. Like, I don't know that that's the number. If it's 30, even like, if it's, of the quality, say of a, like a Honda Civic or whatever, and it's a fully electric and it has good range and it's fun to drive and it's 30 grand, people would buy that car. People would buy so many of that car. There's just why, or if they come out with a good, because like if you think about it, like the pickup trucks, they're like the Cybertruck, or they're the full size big pickup truck. If China puts out a small pickup truck, like a small regular size bed, but a small pickup truck that's electric, people buy the crap out of that too. Working people love small pickup trucks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big hole in the products right now. There's no small electric pickup truck.
Yeah, when I heard there's no small electric gas trucks either. Like when I heard that the Ranger was coming back, that Ford was bringing back that line, I was like, yes, small trucks. And then they come out and they're just as big as like the F-150.
Yeah. Somebody could do well by that classic old Toyota pickup that everybody had, something around that form factor with okay range that's electric. It would just absolutely dominate like the fleet market. Like somebody's going to do that, right? They have to. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
For deliveries, and just for, just people that like little pickup trucks. And it ain't going to be Tesla, because that is not what Elon wants, right? Elon doesn't, he's like, it has to look like garbage. And
they'll make a small pickup truck with like a couple less polygons in the Cybertruck.
Yeah, it has to have PlayStation 1 graphics.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, or they'll do a small pickup truck, right? But then like the bed will have like a chair in it or something, a chair and a desk, like a standing desk, so that you can do your engineering work back there, and then it completely like ruins the capacity of the bed of the truck. Or they'll do it, but it'll have tank tracks instead of wheels, so it won't be street legal, or it'll just be some dumb thing, right?
Or instead of the bottom of the bed being flat, it'll come down to like a point.
Right? Or even worse, it'll be like this, so that anything you put in it
sloped out,
like it's for aerodynamics.
Yeah, sure.
All right, what do you got next, Matt?
Next story is kind of a follow-up. We talked about this a while ago, but Facebook's weird AI images are now infesting LinkedIn, of all places. So a while ago, we talked about these weird images on Facebook. They were sort of, they're showing up on LinkedIn, but they were like, you'd see stuff like a child standing next to a very realistic sculpture or painting or something that looks really bizarre in there. And sometimes they actually say that the child made this sculpture, and sometimes it's just implied when in posting the images. Another really well-known one is all these like weird Jesus images where you see some image and it looks like a normal image or something. They tell you like to blink or something, and then you'll see this image of Jesus in the whatever you're looking at. Like I saw a beach one, and the really famous one is the weird shrimp Jesus one, where there's image of Jesus in this like shrimp that is giant shrimp in the ocean underwater view. Anyways, weird images, right? Well, for some reason they're coming up on LinkedIn. They were going really viral on Facebook. And I don't really know if they're going Facebook because they're fooling people into actually believing they're AI, even though it seems really obvious that they're AI. But or if it's just really people like, hey, this is really good looking AI generated images. What's going on? But now they're showing up on LinkedIn, and for some reason, LinkedIn is supposed to be a work type social network, but they're having the same weird viral AI images showing up. What do you guys think?
If Shrimp Jesus needs a job, why shouldn't he be allowed on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I liked the in the article there was one that appeared to be a pumpkin Mark Zuckerberg, which I liked. I figure that's that's pretty odd, quite surreal. I think people like them. I think that's why they're going viral.
I think they are tricking some people, but I also think that like most of the comments on them are also bots. Like it's just AI talking to AI.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fun. As this is the ultimate, as what Cory Doctorow calls the enshittification of the internet. This is
exactly.
AI creating a crappy Mark Zuckerberg as a pumpkin image, and then a bunch of large language model bots responding, or maybe small language model bots responding to it with whatever kind of inane nonsense they are going to be saying. Pretty soon it's like pretty soon it's going to be like data inbreeding or something, right? You're going to start seeing AI trained on itself essentially, and that's going to be then what kind of images is it going to spit out? Who knows?
Don't know.
I don't know. I think some of it looked pretty cool. I mean, I think some people are just sharing it because some of it's kind of dope. Like that kid that was made of garlic. I thought that was pretty cool. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Like some of the images just like look like cool AI generated images, but like the kids like next to them, like trying to imply that the kids did these things is just dumb.
But that's no different than your just average kind of crappy Facebook inspirational post from like one of those groups where it's like positive vibes only version 3 because the other 2 got removed for terms of service violations.
You also have to think like we are probably like some of the better at like determining whether something is AI generated. Most people don't know how to tell if something's AI generated,
or maybe they don't care.
Yeah, they also might not care.
I mean, on some of those, I don't give a crap that that's AI. If somebody had taken the time to like create that without AI, I'd be like, that garlic child was awesome.
I feel like there's probably like we're really, really in tune with what technological stuff is going on, but I'm guessing there's a good number of people who just, even if they're on Facebook, have absolutely no idea that computers can generate images like this now, and they're getting fooled. And probably not a lot of people, but some.
I don't know. Is this a problem? Like, just because they're on LinkedIn, or is it a I mean, it probably makes the people posting it look stupid, but is there like a problem?
There is, to me, there's not really a problem per se. It's just weird. And the weirdness that was started on Facebook is spreading out from Facebook, which is worrisome, but not really a problem. I don't know if any of these like images are going viral and stuff. I don't know if they're linking to any scams or anything. I don't think there are. I think they're just trying to get engagement. They're not trying to like scam people of anything, which would be worrisome. But as far as I know right now, it's just they're trying to pump up engagement. Hopefully that doesn't mean that they're going to lead to a scam at some other point. But it's not really a problem right now. Just keep an eye out for it, even on LinkedIn.
Is there even like a big advantage on LinkedIn to getting a bunch of engagement? Like, I'm just kind of baffled by this.
There are LinkedIn influencers. People call it like the lowest level of influencers, but there are LinkedIn influencers.
That would be linked influencers.
LinkedIn, yeah. LinkedIn furry, yeah.
I don't know, whatever. I guess if you're it might be a good like a test for some potential employer, right?
Yeah.
Like, are they sharing this crap? Oh, well, maybe we should
maybe not.
Maybe we should take a little more care during the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching How the Tech Are You? We do this show every week, and we put it out in 3 segments on YouTube. You can check that out, and you can check out all of our other shows at echoplexmedia.com. And if you'd like to support us, you can do that at patreon.com/echoplex or at eplex.store. There will be another video for you to watch right up on screen right now, and have a great Techin' week.